Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to a Mario Kart 1 Try League match. It's a Division 2 match between Jaydeko, Jaden, and Yoshistar95, who I'll be calling Aaron's. I'm Danger Malt, and players are just doing a little bit of practice, so we'll be starting shortly. I'll just open up chat. See who's about. So for anybody who's not familiar with the Mario Kart 64 Time Trials 1 Try League, it's a time trial format, so it's done in Mario Kart 64 time trial mode. It's a one try, so players will play the track once. Whoever has the fastest time on the track will win the point. In terms of the match, it's a best of 5 sets match, and each set is a best of 7 tracks, with players alternating choices of tracks to play. The same track can't be played twice in the same set, and players cannot pick the same track in sets 1 and 2. Their track pool will reset for sets 3 and 4. Again, they can't pick the same track during 3 and 4. And in set 5, if it goes to a set 5, then the track pools will reset again. Each player has one joker, which allows them to do shortcuts. So this is a non-shortcut competition, with the exception of for one track only, each player can specify that shortcuts are allowed. These are two very highly ranked players. In Mario Kart 64, we've got nearly 1,200 people ranked on the time trial sites. We have Aaron's, who's ranked number 14, and Jaden, who's ranked number 17. So these are two very highly skilled players. Yoshistar tends to be a bit of a track specialist, focusing in on the same track for a long period of time and maxing it out, whereas Jaden's been kind of racing around all the different tracks, getting PRs absolutely all over the place at lightning speed. So even though Aaron's is slightly higher ranked overall than Jaden, I'd probably give Jaden probably an advantage in this matchup, simply because he's been playing all the tracks recently and PRing on pretty much all of them. Whereas Aaron's, I think, has been focusing in on a single track, the track that they're actually practicing at the moment. So, yeah. Game audio really low or non-existent. Okay, I can boost that up. Okay, if audio should be balanced now, hopefully, so you should see hearing me and hearing Jaden's game audio. Sometimes on the stream they do the audio from both players. I don't think my brain could deal with audio coming in from two streams at once. So, okay, let's see. Okay, just waiting for the first pick. Apparently Aaron's has first pick in this match. Okay, so just waiting on Aaron's to make his pick. Okay, so they're going to go to Royal Raceway. Just going to wait for the two players to ready up. Okay, Jaden's ready. Okay, just counting them in. I'll do a little bit of resyncing for this first track. We didn't sync people up beforehand, so hopefully the streams aren't too badly desynced from each other. Looks like Aaron's stream is a little bit ahead. Okay, so Royal Raceway. One of the big dangers on this track is coming up very early on. This corner here, where they're going to swing right over the grass by the wall. You can take that too tight, hit the wall, get turned around and face the wrong direction. Other than that, it's just a basic driving track for a little bit of a while. I'll be coming up to the first shroom of the match. Shroom across the grass, tight to the wall as possible. Aaron's was very wide, not risking hitting that wall at all, but it's lost him a fair bit of time. Doing some MTs up the ramp, quite difficult to do them in a tight, constrained bit of track. Doing double MT around this left-hander. Yep, both of them did that. Aaron's missed his MT. So it looks like Jayden's going to come in with quite a big lead, actually. It's looking maybe second and a half. 58.03, 59.21. So just under a 1.2 second lead for Jayden after the first lap. Let's see if Aaron's can take this turn a bit tighter on this attempt. Again, it was not a good turn there. I see people in chat have just woken up. I see we've got Dan over in America. It must be like 7 AM over there. That's an early start to watch a Mario Kart 64 one-try match. For me, it's just gone midday. We have Jayden over in Australia. I have no idea what time it is for him. You know, like 10 in the evening, something like that, maybe. So 57.90, 58.70. So it's a 2-second lead now for Jayden. So barring any huge mistake on this track, it should be a 1-0 track lead in this first set to Jayden. I mean, he could still get hung up on his shroom, hitting the wall, or mess up the final corner and end up in the water. It's unlikely. Okay, that was a nice safe shroom from Jayden. He can afford to miss probably every MT between now and the finish and still win. Just needs to keep it on the track. I see chat on. A fan of Princess's or Peach's sounds. It's something as Mario Kart 64 players we get very used to. So a 253, 88 to Jayden. This is a 255.95 for Aaron. So that's a 1-0 lead to Jayden. Just need to do a little bit of data entry on this side. So this is where I really could do with a bigger monitor. So 253.88. Dan, my brain cannot process two different types of game audio coming in at the same time for me. If they both just had the MT sounds, maybe, but if there's game music and two MT sounds, I can't hear it. It destroys my mind. I mean, I'll try it for Rainbow Road because that's a bit of a snooze fest. Okay, so we're going to Rainbow Road. I'm just going to start the players. Okay, so the two players should be off. So Rainbow Road is going to be 6 minutes of fun. So let me add in Aaron's audio. Okay, so I've added Aaron's audio in. Let me know if it's balanced. It's going to drive me slightly crazy, but yeah, actually, I think game audio is probably better. Oh, I'm still waking up myself here. So I watched the Jaden versus Lars one try match yesterday. It wasn't on Speed Gaming, it was just a multi-stream of both of their channels. That was an absolutely fantastic match. Went all the way to 5 sets. Jaden was looking on form. Lars was being an absolute monster. The amount of improvement he's made in the last couple of months is, well, quite staggering, really. But they were getting some fantastic times all over the place. Went to the 5th set. In the end, Jaden took it in the 5th set, so he won that match 3-2. I think Jaden's kind of been a bit of a monster in Division 2, beating pretty much everybody. I haven't seen the standings recently, but I can't remember seeing Jaden actually losing a Division 2 match. So Rainbow Road, there's not really huge amounts to say about this track. It's 6 minutes of driving around, doing lots of MTs and trying not to hit the chain chomps. Okay, so apparently Jaden's only lost once in the entire league format, and that was in an inter-division match against Matthias, the world #1, who's been beating everybody. So yeah, he's won every match so far except against the world #1. So very impressive from both of them. So contrary to what a lot of amateurs at this game who played it casually, it is not faster to jump at the start of Rainbow Road, and you do not want air. If you're in the air, you're not going as fast as if you're on the road. So you'll see players doing what we call a Tran, which is named after a former player, I think David Tran, where at the very start of the race, just before the big downhill section, they'll either let off the gas slightly or tap the brake a little bit, and then do what we call a triple tap, which is where you press acceleration 3 times. You like tap, 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 and hold, and that takes you pretty much up to full speed straight away. Okay, I'm seeing nothing on Aaron's stream. It's frozen for me. What's going on? Okay, let me see if I can bring his stream back up. Don't know if anyone else can check his stream, tell me if it's actually working or not. At this point, I don't seem to be able to bring Yoshistar's stream back up. So we'll watch a Tran attempt from Jaden, triple tapping down. Okay, yeah, so chat confirming that it looks like Yoshistar's gone offline. Hopefully we can fix that after this track. So we've still got another minute and 40 of watching Jaden MT around, trying not to hit any chomps. Didn't quite see his split times, but I'd expect he's probably aiming for something like a 5:58 from the driving I've been seeing. Okay, let's Okay, so you can see in the top right on Jaden's stream that it says race data cannot be saved for Ghost. One of the problems with this game is that it can only hold limited data for ghosts. So if you do a clean race, you get a ghost which you can race against to try and beat. Well, this track is too long, that you put too many inputs in and you just do not get a ghost on a standard non-shortcut 3-lap driving style. Okay, so coming up to about the last 10 seconds of the track, there's no more no more chomps, just driving straight uphill. And it's a 5:58.75. And I'll wait and see. Just trying to find out what the Rainbow Road time for Mr. Aarons was. And Aarons is saying he got a 6:02.09 with a chomp hit. So that's going to give the second track to Jayden. Let's just check on the situation with Yoshistar, see if he's able to get his stream back up online. I apologise for my very clicky mechanical keyboard. I was hoping not to type too much other than just the times. Okay, so we're just waiting to see what the situation with Aaron's internet is at the moment. But after two tracks in the first set, we have Jayden up 2-0 with a solid, if unspectacular, Rainbow Road. He didn't hit any chomps, but he did miss quite a few MTs along the way. Okay, thinking that at the moment Aaron's is off tinkering with his computer, trying to get everything working, so have a little intermission. I mean, I had when I was streaming last night myself, I had a period where I went offline for about a minute, which has never happened to me before. I was just streaming, all of a sudden I heard like a USB disconnect kind of sound, and OBS went offline, and about 30 seconds to a minute later I heard the same kind of disconnect kind of sound, and I was back online. So the next track is going to be Aaron's pick. Hopefully he can sort his internet out and get the stream back up and running shortly. Oh. It may be a problem with a specific person in that Aaron's household having done something. Oh. The news is not looking good. Okay. just waiting for a report back on what is happening. Okay. It looks like somebody in the Aaron's household is eating through all the bandwidth. Okay. No, apparently it's a Stadia issue, and he's somebody is streaming games in very high resolution. So, in this brief interlude, which I hope is brief, hopefully we can get Aaron's back online shortly. But I'm not sure. There's not positive messages coming out of the chat between the two players with the internet situation at the moment. So, just have to hang in and see. So while we're sitting here, I'd encourage anybody who's interested in Mario Kart 64 time trialing to head over to MarioKart64.com. That's Mario Kart, all one word, followed by the numbers 6 and 4. MarioKart64.com, where the time trial players page is, and you'll see the rankings for all the various tracks and people. We've got about 1,200 people ranked. I think there was like 1,176 non-shortcut players, plus some shortcut only players. These players, we have Jaden ranked at number 17, Aaron's ranked at number 14. Okay, so we can see a pick. I don't know if we have a stream. Let me... Okay, so it looks like probably going to have to abandon this. It looks like Yoshistar will not be able to get his stream back online. So so this is unfortunate, but we've had confirmation from Yoshistar that he's not going to be able to get his stream back up online. So the players are going to continue with Yoshistar not streaming, but I'll end the speed gaming stream here because unfortunately I can't show you both players' streams, so we can't really see the race as it happens. So unfortunately that's going to be it from me for today. I believe there's a big match going to be streamed tomorrow between Matthias and Dan Burbank, and from what I remember, those two will be playing in NTSC. So I recommend you guys to check that match out. It should be fun. But unfortunately, this is it. We're going to have to abandon this race after 2 tracks. Okay, bye.